Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, your place for news and gameplay. Some good, some bad, and let's be honest, likely some raging tilting. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications. Today's episode, take a look at some more test server action. This weekend they've introduced another bot into the lineup, well actually I should say Titan. This is the Outlaw project, which is now named the Kid. As many people are probably assuming, it sounds like it's named after Billy the Kid. Anyways, so I wanted to do a couple things in this test server. So one thing we're going to try and look at this new Kid Outlaw Titan. And I also wanted to look at the maps. Apparently 3 maps have changed. I don't know what those changes entail. There are changes to the castle map, the carrier map, and valley. So before we actually go into much farther into actually the Titan gameplay, I want to do a couple of custom games and see if you can quickly look at the maps themselves and see what has changed. Now I wanted to put a Loki or something in here that's fast that I can run around the maps because I don't want to spend a lot of time. Unfortunately, we don't have the options in the offers to actually get any other bots. The only bot we even have available in this entire test server right now is the Destrier. Now originally on Sunday they were supposed to be releasing a second round of test server options in which we will be looking at the changes to the Pantheon, the Greek bots. But that's been pushed back until probably next week or at least a different test server because they just weren't ready for it. So this weekend the only thing we're looking at is the Titan, the new Titan that's being introduced, the Kid, and the changes to the maps. So let's quickly go into a custom game here and see if we can figure out what is actually different in the actual maps. So what I want to do is, let's quickly start off here with Valley. And we'll go into a match here quickly. And just to run around and see if we can see if there's any differences. Okay, so here we are, team deathmatch. Let's spawn in right at the start here. Do a quick look around. So far, I don't necessarily see any differences. Let's go up here. Gosh, this is slow. I might end up having to speed this video up a little bit as we walk around and maybe just stop at the places where I see some differences. But I'm looking around here and they said they made changes to Valley, but I'm looking around. I don't notice anything that's at least glaring on this map. Just do a quick run around here. Actually, I'm not sure, but at least so far the only difference maybe is this ramp here. I think they've added some plating to this ramp coming up to this platform up there. But anything else, I don't see really anything glaring changes to this map. Let's just keep looking here. Alright everybody, I went around that map. I didn't really notice much of a change at all in the Valley. Maybe a couple of these visual things, like maybe these ramps here in front of me have now gotten some coverings, looks like some sheet metal or something. I could be mistaken, this could be exactly how it is on live server, I'm not sure. But nothing at least glaring seems to stick out to me. Maybe a few different odds and ends for textures, but that's about it that I can see. Anyways, let's end this match here. And let's look at a different map. Okay, so there's some artifacts there. Transition between the screens. Right, oops, I don't want to go to battle. Not yet. Alright, so another quick custom match here. And again, I'll speed through the stuff that I don't recognize anything different. So let's go to another map here. Map hangar name. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Is that maybe... Okay, so You only have, oh, you have King of the Hill here too. Huh, interesting. So we have Carrier and Castle. So we only have those 3 maps anyways, apparently, on this test server. Alright, so let's go to the Carrier. And fight, and let's do another quick run around. Really? A random match gives you King of the Hill? Okay. Alright, so let's take another quick look around here. Everything seems so far to be pretty much standard. So both sides are pretty much the same. So I'll run down one side here, and then I'll run back on top, back to my home spawn here, and see if I can see anything different. Actually, wait a minute here. Both sides aren't the same. I forgot about that. Something's different over here. Okay, so they've removed this barrier that was here before. If you know Castle, there used to be a barrier underneath these pipes here. You couldn't go underneath this. You could potentially, if you were the right height, you could shoot through it, but you couldn't actually take your bot and walk underneath it like I can there. You can see those little stairs there for the little tiny people. Okay, so at least that's one change. I don't know, maybe I don't pay much attention to the graphics and the textures, but you know, these little staircases seem to be possibly new. But again, those are just visuals. Really don't care too much about the visuals. I know, yeah, it's nice to have new visual changes, of course, and have maps remastered. But this is a definite impact on a game, is this barrier not being here. So let's keep going here, and let's go on up top and see if there's any differences on the actual platform of the Carrier. Alright, so I don't really see many differences at all, other than just the removal of that one barrier. What I would like to see on this map, though, is the removal of those arches. I don't know how many times those arches get in the way of jumps that I've used on this map. Or trying to fly in an Ao Guang or something. You just have to go around it. I really would like to see them actually remove those arches. But anyways, that is the Carrier map. Again, the only thing I noticed that I really saw that was different was the removal of that barrier on the one side. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's quickly go and look at Castle and see what is different there. So another custom game. And okay, here we go. Let's change the map to Castle and see what we can see here. Alright, dropping in. Another King of the Hill battle. Okay, so looking around here. Again, I don't notice much change. Maybe they've just been working on applying new textures and remastering the maps themselves a bit. Because I think there might be a couple visual changes. Like, I don't remember these corner pieces being on these structures. But again, I could be completely wrong because I don't really pay attention too much to the textures on a map. I'm more involved in trying to shoot the enemy. So let's see here. I don't really notice so far anything different from the standpoint of actual gameplay. So let's just take a wander around here, and I'll speed up the video, and I'll stop if we see anything. Yeah, I'm not sure here, but it looks like if I walked off this pipe or this bridge here, I might actually fall in between the bridge below and where the pipe is. I seem to remember, I thought you could walk right off this on the side and just land right straight below on the live server. But it's hard to tell. Let's see what happens if I walk off here. Nope, okay, never mind. I was mistaken. Your momentum will still drop you below. Okay, so let's just keep looking here and see what else there is. You see, I just think if it's anything, it's just visual changes like these red and white stripes on some of these structures. I just think maybe the map is a little bit more clean and like I said, some new texture, some new colors. But all in all, I don't see anything here that changes gameplay in any way, shape, or form. If you notice anything, please just leave a comment in the video here, because I'd like to know, because I'm really not seeing anything other than possibly a couple visual and color, texture and color changes. Alright, so that's enough of this. Let's go back, and we're going to get into a battle here and see what we can do. Alright, so let's go to battle, into the skirmish mode, and see what happens. Now, on the last test server, the issue we had, there were lots of times where you were in bots, and you couldn't walk, you couldn't run, you couldn't go up slopes or down slopes or anything like that. And I think I figured out what's going on with that. And so I'm going to do a bit of a test here if I ever find a match. And from what I can gather, you saw me walking around earlier with the Destroyer in those maps. I had absolutely no problems whatsoever walking around. And I've seen a couple other videos that people have already posted today about the test server, and they're having issues walking their bots. Doesn't seem to matter what kind of a bot it was. However, I seem to have noticed a pattern from last week and from what I've been seeing. And that's the mechanics of walking works perfectly fine as long as you don't drop into your Titan. So if I drop into my Spectre here, I should be able to walk perfectly fine. But when I drop into my Titan, that's when the walking mechanic gets all screwed up, and you can't walk from there in. So we're going to just go this way. I want to actually try to help my team here, but I do want to... Holy jeez, that guy died quickly. Alright, so what can I do? I'm just going to jump up here. Hit this guy over here. Oops, crap, I screwed that up. Man, did I really screw that up. Okay, guys, now don't go get beacons. I want to test some stuff in here. Okay, wait for my jump to come back. I'm going to get back on up there. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to jump right over it, aren't I? Gosh, I'm stupid. I'm going to get shredded up here. That's okay. Yep. Because I didn't want to jump down here. I wanted to stay up there. Okay, so I'm going to jump into my bulwark. And I should still be able to walk perfectly fine. Okay, now, somebody's hitting me. I just don't know from where. Let's shred this guy up here. Okay. Can I hit that guy, or is he too far away? He's too far away. Okay, how about this guy over here? Can I get him? Come on, shred up, shred up. Jeez, come on, just give me a kill. Alright, let's go on over here. What else can we do? Start hitting this guy up here. Put up my physical shield. I'm going to run out of ammo here. That's okay. He's going to die here. Not from me, though. Okay, let's see if I can get this guy going. Probably will use his jump. my acceleration going. Okay. Put my shield. Resistance. And I'm dead. Okay. Let's put in my mender. And again, see, I'm going to see if I can walk up this ramp. Because that was problematic before. Yep, I can still walk up this ramp. Okay. So let me just go over here. Now somebody's hitting me right there. Okay, there's a Loki coming in there. I do have quantum radar. So if I can get over here and not actually get killed, trying to get through here. Hey, I got a kill! Woohoo! Alright, so at least this is fairly even. I didn't want this to be a complete blowout. Let's see what we can do against this bulwark here. Let's use my resistance. A little bit of healing. Uh-oh, this is not good. He has that heat wave. I gotta back off. I gotta back off before he uses it and he smokes me. He just smoked me with that heat wave. Okay, so now I'm gonna drop him with the kid. I'm going to go up here, hopefully. And looks like I have kind of the rocket version. Kill. Okay, so I can get up here. It's slow as molasses in January, but I can get up here. Okay. I want somebody to come in and try to take me out a little bit. Because I want to test the walking, see if I drop in my Fenrir after this bot, if the walking is completely screwed up on it. Wait, I have an ability. Don't you? I completely forgot I have an ability. Okay. Now I have my cooldown. No, it has to be 500 meters, obviously. Let's use my ability here. Boom. Boom. Okay, so he's out of range. Okay, so I'm going to ditch this bot because I want to see if the walking is screwed up after being in. Huh. Okay, now this is odd. Anybody else that I saw in any previous test servers I've done, whenever I dropped into the Titan, I mean into a bot after the Titan, my walking was screwed up. So my walking is going perfectly fine right now. So now I'm at a loss. Honestly, I am at a loss. In previous test server games I've already played today, this has been the issue every single time. And of course, when I go to actually record, then it doesn't do what I actually want it to. When I want the walking screw up, it doesn't. Okay, well, that was anyways. It was a decent game against, not against, using the Titan. Okay, so let's just see how we did. Sorry, I really thought that was the answer or the reason as to why many people are having issues with the walking. Unless they did a fix with the walking mechanic in the past, few hours since I was on this morning. So let's see here. Only I got second to last place. But then I wasn't really trying to do damage. I was just wanted to more test the walking mechanic. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the actual gameplay. Oh, there's that weird artifact again. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. My thoughts, I actually think this kid one is maybe getting a little bit on the OP side. And the reason I say it is because I didn't get a chance to use it this game, but it has that heat wave ability. And that heat wave ability does, I think they said 12,000 damage every second for 5 seconds for any bots that are in a 100-meter radius. That's a pretty big radius to do something like that. And that's a lot of damage also to be done. So you can't take a Pursuer or a Loki or anything and try to just brawl straight up with it. You have to go against the kid at a distance. And that's one of the big issues. If you put these Titans in the game, this is going to be becoming a long-range game. And these Titans do a heck of a lot of damage, especially these, well, both the Arthur and this one, because many of them are equipped with long-range setups. So they're not equipped to brawl straight up front. They're equipped to hit things out of range. And it's definitely going to change the dynamic of the game. And I do feel this is just a tad bit OP, just because of that heat wave ability. These bots should have weaknesses, and you should be able to get up and close and personal. I think some of these should actually have a weakness in the sense that if you get right up close and personal, then you can't actually hit the bot. But anyways, these things are subject to change. We just never know. We're going to see how it is. If I had my choice, I definitely would pick the kid over the Arthur. The Arthur just has a physical shield, and while that's okay at distance, you still leave yourself somewhat vulnerable. Whereas this one, you gain resistance when you use your special built-in ability, your built-in rocket. And then on top of that, you also have the heat wave, whereas the Arthur has the shock wave. So it does a similar thing. It does instant damage to any bots in a certain radius. But this one does damage over time. And I think that's a bit more powerful. We'll have to wait and see what the Dragon Titan's going to look like. I believe that's going to be called the Black Dragon. It's either going to be called the Ao Ming or the Ao Jun, if my research is correct. But anyways, leave your questions, your comments below. And there definitely are some glitches on the test server. I didn't see any in this particular game, but in earlier games I played, there definitely was some. And it actually got to the point where it's extremely frustrating just to try to walk a few steps because you just couldn't walk. You were gliding, you were slipping. It was almost like stuttering down a slope. If you're familiar with running a dashbot like a Kumio or something, you just stutter when you go up and, more so down slopes. But anyways, that's this test server. I will bring some more content on the next test server if they review any more Titans, but I really hope they fix the mechanics first before going back to looking at the Titans, because at some point it did become unplayable, at least for me. I just didn't have the patience, because some people, including myself, I used my Titan so early on that it seemed to screw up the walking and all the remaining of my bots in my hangar. So until next time, have some good gameplays and cause some mayhem in the field for me.